She didn't stop loving him. She just got tired of explaining what love truly meant. Because love isn't something you say. It's something you understand. The emotional truth. Welcome back to my channel, The Emotional Truth. SOFT. Slow, sinister stillness. Some women don't punish a man by leaving. They punish him by no longer reaching. There comes a moment when she stops explaining, stops softening her tone, stops carrying the weight of what he refuses to feel. The withdrawal is not dramatic. It is quiet, graceful, almost sacred. And yet, it is in that silence that his ego begins to fracture. Because what leaves his life is not just her presence, it is his reflection. The mirror she once was before the silence, she was his mirror. She carried his unspoken wounds with tenderness, offered him emotional shelter he did not yet know how to value. He believed her softness was endless, a well he could drink from without ever giving back. He confused her openness with availability, her affection with obligation, her patience with permanence. A woman like this does not love from scarcity. She loves from depth. And it is that depth that awakens parts of a man he is not prepared to hold. He does not know it yet, but she is not just a woman. She is the place his soul once felt seen. The ego's comfort, his ego lived safely in her warmth. Every reassurance she gave him was a balm, a soft reminder that he did not have to meet himself. Her presence allowed him to remain half-formed, touching intimacy, but never surrendering to it. He mistook safety for certainty. He believed she would always be there to absorb his silence, to translate his distance, to wait for his courage. This is the illusion the ego feeds on, the belief that love is something guaranteed, rather than something reciprocated. The shift within her, but a woman does not withdraw when she is angry. She withdraws when she understands. When she finally sees that she is holding a bond alone. When she realizes she has become the emotional parent to a man afraid of emotional adulthood. There is a moment, a sacred, private turn, where her body goes still. No pleading, no chasing, no proving, no persuading. She simply steps back into herself, not away from him, but toward her own wholeness. The space where she no longer negotiates for the love she was already offering. The crack in him begins. The shattering does not happen loudly. It is not rage, not confrontation, not chaos. It is the absence of her emotional oxygen. The ego, no longer fed, begins to gasp for affirmation. He does not yet miss her. He misses the version of himself he could only access through her reflection. The confidence she gave him, the warmth he borrowed, the meaning he pretended was his own. His mind calls it confusion. His heart calls it longing. His soul calls it exposure. This is where the ego begins to collapse, not because she left, but because she stopped sustaining the illusion. Shadow-awakened Jung taught that the feminine is the awakener of what a man fears most in himself, not through force, but through reflection. When she withdraws, the shadow rises. All that he avoided now sits before him, unfiltered, merciless. He sees his emotional immaturity. The walls he mistook for strength, the distance he mistook for sovereignty, the control he mistook for power. He isn't grieving the woman. He is grieving the mask he can no longer wear. Her evolution, meanwhile, her energy returns home. What once overflowed toward him now pours back through her. She remembers her value not through his attention, but through her own presence. This is feminine individuation, the turning inward. The reclamation of self, the end of emotional begging. She does not need to announce the shift. Her silence is the announcement. And in that silence, she becomes untouchable. Not because she is distant, but because she is intact. Slow, final, resonant, he will feel the break long after she is gone. Not because she punished him, but because she revealed him. A woman who withdraws her energy does not disappear. She simply stops carrying what was never hers to hold, and in that moment, everything he built on her softness falls into dust, because the woman who walks away in silence is not weak. She simply sees more.